Hey guys, Mike here. So, this is going to be a different video, and you might have noticed over the last few weeks, my demeanor has changed a little bit, and I used to stay above the fray a lot, right? I didn't talk about anything else besides what I was going to do on my channel and stuff. But, I'll tell you a little secret. Like, I was this close, probably 2 weeks ago to just shutting down the channel and being done. Like, I was so close. And it had nothing to do with you guys. You guys have been fantastic. Trust me. And before anybody starts hitting me up saying, oh, man, you're doing this, reviews, whatever. Look, let me tell you something. Ad revenue is so bad. This is why I would not own any stock that has anything to do with ad revenue, by the way, is because once I saw Google report, and I already knew way ahead of time they were going to miss because I work for, not for YouTube, but on YouTube. And so I see how much the ad revenue has decreased. I promise you it's so pathetic that there'll be no ads in the middle of this. And gross, probably I'll bring in 25 bucks. After all the taxes, 17. So that'll take that off the table. I'll even post that because I think I'm pretty much gonna be right on the money. I'll even post that unless this thing all of a sudden picks up views, which it should not. It won't. But I'll post it, let you guys know to show you how terrible it is. But I thought about it. It wasn't, like I said, you guys have been great. I'm appreciative of every viewer, the comments. Actually, I think more than anything kept me going. But really, what it was is a couple things. But one. Sometimes when you're in the world of YouTube, and especially the financial YouTube, you can't get out of the fire. You're constantly in the fire. What I mean by that is, when you're in a bull market and everything's great and the news is great, it's wonderful. It picks you up. It's human nature, right? But when you're in a market that's been selling off for 7 months, high growth stocks have been selling off for almost 15 months, and you do a daily newsletter to the members, I've been doing for a long time, I got to deliver bad news to people every morning. It's just not good. And I dig hard for good news. I put some little nuggets in there. I dig around in the morning. I'll sit there for an hour just looking, trying to find something to send to them, right? And, and obviously I'm the one that has taken them. But you have to know what's going on. You have to stay up to date. And where we're at economically, in the markets, the crypto markets, all this stuff, it's just not good. So it wears on me, right? And that's one thing. But then the other thing is, you just start to look at society in general, right, on YouTube, and you just shake your head. Like, it's so disappointing. Like, I've learned a lot. I've really figured this out, and about human psychology, and you just go, well, in a way, I guess I understand why the Kardashians made it so big, right? I mean, America's the land of the Kardashians. Why would a family like that make it so big? What were people watching? I tried to watch an episode. I couldn't do it, and it's like, because I realized that people just, like, we want to be rich, but if we can't be rich, we'll idolize the rich, right? We'll try to live through them and their experiences, and that's just sad to me. It's just sad, right? And that's what you see going on with these bigger YouTubers that are literally just leading people off a cliff. I mean, I see it every day. Like I said, I've unsubscribed to so many because I just got tired of seeing it. It was wearing on me, right? Because I told you, I get emails from you guys. I see stuff in the comments, all this stuff. I get people hit me up in the Discord to ask questions, in private and stuff. And it's like, man, look, like, I saw one the other day. What did he say? Just 2 weeks ago, I'm buying this stock because, ad revenue doesn't really get cut in a recession and when economics go bad. I have no idea what he's talking about. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And it's like, that was even after Google had reported, right? And you're like, what? Are you kidding me? And of course, that stock's down 20%. As Snaps, you can see, is down 45%. Anything to do with ad revenue is down. That's why I wouldn't invest in any ad revenue stocks, because I saw what was going on with YouTube already before any of these companies even reported. And yes, ad revenue gets cut. It sure does, okay? Like anything else. And so, that just wears on me. I saw another video come out today with another big YouTuber, 100,000 views a video, expensive membership, still saying the same thing now for 4 months, that we're fixing to hit all-time new highs, that we are not in a bear market. In what world do you live in? And then the stuff they're citing never mentions inflation, never mentions the Fed. It doesn't even talk about supply chain. None of it. Nothing. No macro data at all. Just the 10-year yield. When the 10-year yield turns down, the NASDAQ skyrockets. I'm like, yes, sometimes that does happen. But if you look at the chart, it'll show you that's not always the case. I mean, seriously. I mean, if we close out red this week, we are going to be 8 weeks in a row. And I showed you in a video I just did the other day. That happened since the dot-com bubble. Seriously. I mean, it just doesn't happen, right? And it's happening. But when I just see people and they just, and I keep trying to figure out what it is, and I finally figured out what it is. It's like somebody going down in a plane crash. Whether you ride the plane down in say, a Boeing 747, whatever it is, or you jump out 10 feet before it hits, same thing's going to happen, right? You're toast, unfortunately. And so what I finally figured out is the reason why people keep paying for these buy and sell alerts or just keep doing what they're telling them to do is because the plane's already been crashing. They know it's crashed. They're down, between 50 and 90%. And they're like, well, I can't admit they're wrong. Or if I admit they're wrong, that means I'm wrong. And so they just want to keep riding it down, I guess, because they're right. It can go to zero. The odds are it probably won't. But like that one YouTuber said, go out and buy this stock because ad revenue don't come down. I can guarantee you the next video come out tomorrow or the next buy and sell is going to be now dollar cost average into it. Now you're down like 50%, perfect time to do that. And it might be. Okay, I'm not saying if it may be, great, whatever. But what I'm telling you is, and I keep trying to this is the message I want to get across to people, and I just don't care anymore. I just wanted to say this, and if it offends people, I don't care about that either. If it upsets people, I don't care. Be upset. If you're upset, probably because I'm hitting a nerve, okay? But what you got to understand is I made my pivot a long time ago. I made my mistakes. I learned from my mistakes. I said I don't ever want to be a damn stock picker. I told my wife that several times. I allowed people to convince me to do it. But I'm telling you, for those who sit here in comments, whether it's for me or anybody else, and say, man, you sure made me a lot of money in 2020? No, they did not. I did not. Nobody did. A blind monkey could have made money in 2020. I'm telling you, throw a dart at a dartboard, you would have made money. Now, of course, did we bring stocks to your attention? Sure. Maybe that's what it is. Great. But it didn't take a genius to do that. But the problem is, when you see so-called geniuses that are still telling you to buy DraftKings for the last 12 months, buy DraftKings at 60, buy DraftKings at 50, buy DraftKings at 40, buy DraftKings at 30, buy DraftKings at 20. Where is it at now? I think it got below $10. I think last week, didn't it? Was it 13 now? Buy Voyager Digital. Voyager Digital. Are you kidding me? What is that, a penny stock now? Buy these stocks. Like, come on. Buy a Tattoo Chef. Buy a Tattoo Chef. Keep buying it, and it's like, people, please, if you don't want to wake up, at least help the next generation wake up. Let the people around you that got parachutes to get off the plane, okay? I'm not saying they're never coming back, but God almighty. And there's going to be these rips, like I always say, and people are going to go, oh, and it's like, but come on. Like, you got to eventually say, if this person's literally running the same playbook that they ran in 2020 right now, and they've been doing it since November, the sell-off, running the same playbook, something might be wrong. You got to understand, here's the big thing to remember. Unless they're playing the millionaire game, if you are not a millionaire, you cannot play the same game they play. If they go out and buy a yacht, are you going to go buy a yacht? No. Why? You don't have the money to, right? If they're going on, $50,000 vacations, are you going on a $50,000 vacation? No, but for some odd reason, you can, if they say keep buying these stocks, you feel like you need to do it. But you understand, they're doing that because they literally have nowhere else to put the money. I don't know why they go out and be buying houses right now, but there's not a lot of places to put the money. So they say, yeah, we'll just keep DCing in and going, yeah, it's 5 to 10 years out. Yes, they can wait because they don't need that money. They have more discretionary income than you can even imagine. That's just the truth. Okay, they do. They've showed it to you, right? But you got to understand, you can't play that game. Right? You need to, start playing. You're playing fake Monopoly at home, right? The board game. That's what you're playing. They're playing real Monopoly. Okay? So if you're not, you got to ask yourself, if you're not going to go out there and buy the same cars they have, the same houses and yachts, and why are you buying the same stocks? Why are you following their plan when there's no way you got as much money as they got? There's no way you have that much discretionary income. And here's the thing, and I'll make a few points here and I'll be done. The reason why I'm bringing that up isn't to bring them down. They're geniuses. They have figured out human psychology. Human psychology is, and ask yourself this, we want to belong. Why do cults exist, right? Because they want to belong to something. People want to belong, and then once they're in, right, even if things are going bad, they stay. Why? Because they're already going down the rabbit's hole. Things are bad. If they admit they're wrong, there's people are wrong, then they got to admit they're wrong, and they lost a lot of money. So they just got to stay in the grind, stay what they're doing. That's why that is, okay? That's why those channels will always have millions of views and huge memberships. They're going to do it, okay? Pay for it. That's just the way it's going to be. That's life. I don't know if that's a global problem or just America, but I assume it's a global problem, okay? And so, but my points are, what I'm bringing to you is, what you need to start doing, this is going to sound crazy. Before you follow the advice, start DCAing again on stock that just went down 20, 30, 40% that they just told you about the other week. I want you to do a couple things. One, go to work, start figuring out which sector of the economy do you work in? What kind of job do you have? Is it, if, right, we do go into a recession, if this economic data and this nightmare continues to play out like it's looking like it is, the Fed's going to keep raising rates, rolling off the balance sheet, companies right and left keep downgrading. Toyota just came out today, a couple hours ago before I came on here, and they cut their production from 950,000 cars to 850,000. That is like, I think they're the number one in the world, if not number two. Usually it's them and Volkswagen fighting for the top spot, selling cars. That is a tenth of their production gone. They just wiped off. Because you know why? They can't get the dang chips. And you got to ask yourself, if you're a supplier, who are you going to try to make happy? The big dogs or the small dogs? So if the big dogs can't get the chips, what do you think's happening below all of those people? Right? All those other companies, right? You can answer that, I think, okay? And so I want you to figure out what kind of job you're in, okay? Is it susceptible? Because if you're in retail, if you're working in a warehouse supplying anything to do with e-commerce, all the other stuff, the auto industry, whatever you're in, retail, real estate, if you work in the real estate side of the banks, whatever, really ask yourself, say, if the economy continues to slow and there is a real recession, am I going to be safe in my job? Or am I going to be asked to take a pay cut? Or am I going to get laid off? That's what you want. One, hold on. Not even going to edit that out. I got to go pick my son up. One, ask yourself that. Two, okay, ask yourself, that money I'm fixing this big lump sum in the dollar cost averaging of these two stocks, or three or four, whatever it is, all right, these people have told me to get into, they're absolutely on fire so far and lost me a lot of money. Am I going to need that money in the next 6 to 12 months? Or is that dollar cost averaging, that lump sum, going to change my life? Like, which one is it? Okay? And can I afford to lose it? If a dollar cost averaging, it just keeps going down and down and down and down, we'll have a rip, then it goes down, down, down some more. You know, what's the deal? Okay? Next point. Okay, I know you think I'm crazy, but I'm saying if we can plan our investments, plan out your life, and don't ever think, oh, it'll never happen to me. Because trust me, I used to think that. I was a dumbass, thought, oh yeah, it never happened to me. But remember, I found out companies, most of them lay off by seniority, not by how valuable you are or how productive you are, okay? I've been in the company for 4 years. Everybody's been there mostly 10 years or more. So guess what? Me and like 5 other people got laid off once. Sucked. Really sucked. The other thing is, when you get home, if you're home now, do it. This goes by state. Look up how to file for unemployment. Put it in your favorites. Put it in a folder. You may never need it, but I'm telling you, that was me. I got home. I was like, I got to file for unemployment. How do you do that? And I'm in the state of Florida. It's one of the worst. I think it actually is rated the worst state to be unemployed in. Hard to get it. You'll wait a long time to get that first check. And remember, there's no extra benefits now, and it's nothing. If you have to try to live off unemployment, you're going to lose your house, your car, and everything else. It is horrible if you don't have any savings. I'm telling you. And so, again, never think you're above it. Not trying to scare people and be, oh my God, you're trying to scare people. No, I'm just trying to think ahead, because I'm looking at all this data and going, if we continue down this road where we're going, okay, you know, what do you think is going to happen? You know, what do you think the Fed literally is trying to put us in a recession, for God's sakes, to slow down demand? So, I mean, I'm just putting it out there. And so please, dear Lord, you know, because I'm fed up. I don't know where you're at with it, but, you know, I see what's going on YouTube. I see what's going on in the world. And at least here in America, I don't know about the world. Even though I did see what's going on in China, and it's a hot mess, you know. And I'm hearing people in the comments saying, "Yeah, I mean, it's slowing, and it has to, right?" And so it is what it is. Take this for what you want to take it for. But I'm telling you, there'll be one or two if we continue to go down. I'm not predicting this will happen. I'm saying I'm believing being prepared. If it happens, right? Especially if you've never actually really been an adult who lived through a real recession. But I remember in 08, oh boy, you know, that was rough times. You know, in any real recession, people say it's scary times. Be prepared. Prepare for it ever happens. And if it doesn't happen, whew. But you know what? If you prepare for it, I guarantee you'll sleep a lot better, because if things get really real, right, and these companies keep on downgrading their forecast, and we see things really start to slow even more, yeah, I mean, you'll at least feel somewhat better and sleep at night. Maybe you'll have more capital because you didn't jump off the cliff, you know, what some of these people are telling you to do, for God's sakes. I don't know. We'll see. But, yeah, I mean, that's where it is. And, you know, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just like, I just needed to vent somebody a couple weeks ago. Now I feel better. But it's just one of those things where now that I'm unsubscribed to so many channels, I feel a lot better about it. I don't have to see the hot mess that some people are saying and some people are just falling into blindly, which just drives me insane. But again, and of course, having a kid who's growing up in this society, I just shake my head and go, oh, I'm definitely going to teach him, do not do this. Do not go with the masses on this stuff right here. Think for yourself. Research for yourself. Like, good Lord. And when you put your hand on a hot stove, only let it happen one time. Once you get burned, say, I'm not putting it back on there again. All right, I stuck a fork in a freaking outlet when I was 7. You think I ever did it again? Nope. And when I think about that memory, I can still feel the pain in my hand. If you've never done that, don't do it. But it only took me one time. One time. Unfortunately, some people, it takes for them to lose everything before they realize, dang, maybe this person, one, don't care anything about me. They're just trying to get some dues from me and some views. And maybe they're playing the same playbook they played in 2020, and it ain't working now in 2022. I mean, I don't know what else to say about that, but, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But it's that I want to get rich now, not tomorrow crowd. That's what it is. Unfortunately, that's become the masses, it seems like. And so, I hope you got something out of this. And I hope you did, but if you didn't, it is what it is. And so I'll see you guys later.